I always prefer to work with my hands. I come from a family where all of my father's brothers, they are all artisans, so it must be something in the DNA of us that make us create with our hands. My name is Lorenzo, and I'm the owner of Poli Motor Trimming that is located in Perth in Western Australia. I was born in Italy and in a town called Pistoia, just near Florence, surrounded by hills and mountains and close to the sea towns as well. I grew up in fields with my dad and mainly in his workshop when I was a kid. And he used to be an upholsterer, specializing in car interiors. It's been definitely really important for me to grow up as part of the business and kind of get to know how he was doing things and the quality of his work that I got to see even after 30 years, and it was impeccable. And especially the things I loved the most was the relationship he had with his client and friends as well. So that's always been my focus of how I've wanted one day to run my own business, targeted to client happiness and satisfaction. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to do the apprenticeship with him, but I was going to school mainly, and so I spent some afternoons and mainly the school holidays, and I kind of understood later on that the way that I was playing in the shop, it was his way to show me how to do things, and that's how I learned mainly, without even realize it. The interest for motorcycles came from an experience that I had when I was 23 to pop on the back of a CBR 900 of my brother's friend. That's when I realized that I needed to buy a motorbike. Then start riding and become friends with other riders and as well Italian motor clubs. I became way more involved in the motorbike scene in my town. So I started to do some motorbike seats. Not just like simple recover when they were just broken, but do something a bit more design and looking a little bit more at the details. I wanted to do something by myself to see what I could be able to do. And I created some room in my shed where I lived in Fremantle. And I could fit a sewing machine and a small bench into it, and that was just enough for have some motorbike seats coming in and out. I got to know some of the motorbike builders in town, and I made a sample seat to show it as a business card, and I noticed straight away that the people that I went to see, they were quite impressed with my work. So we kind of start to create a relationship, and interesting project, they just straight away start to come to me. When I create a bike seat like the one I just did for a cafe racer or a custom project, definitely I understand how important is the seat to make the project come together. So it's just, I think, the last bit that complete the puzzle. I found it interesting how shapes and lines, they can make the difference. Same as choosing color and type of material and patterns. During the last 3 years, so since I started in the shed in Fremantle, with that started the challenge to find suppliers for what I wanted to do. Coming from another country, I found it quite hard in the beginning to find the products that I was looking for. That's why mainly I went back to my original suppliers in Italy and source leather hides and import them straight from Italy. The Alcantara suede come from over east, but most of my products they come from Italy, from Europe, and USA as well. What I find talking to my client, it's the interest and the admiration they have for the Italian creativity, as well as motorbike designing, and yeah, I know we do that stuff quite well. So I'm very proud to be able to put my hands in something and create it, and bring my heritage here in Australia, and yeah, make my client happy with what I can bring over here.